Hi everybody, this is Diana in LA and Cary in the UK, and we're here to talk about this week's stars. Welcome to our weekly reading where we explore all things astrological. From our two different points of view in two different locations in the world, we bring to you a unique astrological perspective on what is happening right now across the globe. So here we go. Well, we're talking to you on the full moon. Today, on Sunday, is the full moon in Los Angeles, 11:48 a.m. And I'm actually going to be doing a live broadcast on Facebook. So you're welcome to join it for a half an hour full moon meditation. So it's an exciting time whenever the full moon pulses through our lives. Things are highlighted. And when something is highlighted, wherever the full moon is, which is in 8 degrees Libra, it highlights that area in your chart. In Los Angeles, it's falling in our 4th house collectively. In different places in the world, it's going to fall in different houses, and it will fall in a different house in your chart. Look and see where 8 degrees Libra is in your chart. And that will be the area of conversation with yourself about that subject. So with the 4th house in Los Angeles, we're talking about our sense of home, our sense of place. Right? And we are just coming out of Corona, and people are starting to venture out, like we were talking about last week in the wonderful first days of spring, and we are starting to go out of our homes. So it's perfect actually for us, and it's a opposition though to the sun. So full moon is a sun opposed moon. So that's in Aries. So there's a little bit of robust forward energy versus an opposing aspect, which means there's some tension there. But happily, and really happily, it's forming a grand trine as well. In air signs, moon in 8 degrees Libra, Saturn 11 degrees Aquarius, Mars 14 degrees Gemini. So we've got a beautiful grand trine with a beautiful opposition right through the center of it. So these are very powerful times. As I look through the week ahead, it's a very interesting week. More good news, more forward motion for all of us. This should be a very exciting time. We've got some interesting aspects during the week, but it really begins and ends amazingly. And so, Cary, how is it looking from your side of the world?
Hi everybody, hope you're well. It's looking very interesting in the UK because this full moon at 8 degrees Libra falls on the UK's ascendant, because the UK's ascendant is 7 degrees Libra. So the actual full moon takes place at the beginning of the 1st house of the UK. And in the UK, there's a bit of optimism at the moment, and they'll feel it even more so with this grand trine of the full moon to Saturn and Mars. In addition, in the UK's natal chart, it has the moon trine Neptune. So a very idealistic trine. Neptune at the moment and Mercury are conjunct in Pisces. They are making a grand trine with the UK's moon and the UK's Neptune, which is a very idealistic time in the UK. We've come out of Europe. It's a whole different ballgame. While all that is going on, we mentioned it last week, Saturn is squaring the UK's Mars exact. And the UK's Mars is in the 8th house. House of contracts, house of death of a certain way of being. So this is actually going to be a very start of a very optimistic week, because the other thing that's happening, which is the same as last week, you've got the Sun conjunct Venus the whole week. So you've got that really nice feel of Sun conjunct Venus in Aries for the whole week. And for the UK, apparently we're going to have a heat wave, not like the kind of heat waves you get in Los Angeles, but a UK heat wave for the whole of next week. So that will also add to the optimism that we're beginning to feel over here.
Right, Sun conjunct Venus in Aries, 10 degrees and 9 degrees, in those kind of numbers all through the week long. Everyone, the whole world, is experiencing this sense of optimism again. It's interesting as I'm looking at the full moon chart that the full moon is falling on America's Saturn degree. So that 8 degrees Libra of the full moon is sitting on United States, Saturn at 14 degrees Libra. So this is more serious for us over here. Moon conjunct Saturn, it's weighty, it has gravity. So we're in a serious and sober mood over here. As sober as you can be with Sun conjunct Venus, which is joy, joy, joy. So here we go into another interesting week for the whole world, and in the United States, a little bit more sober.
So in addition to what you were saying, you've got the United States with the Saturn at Libra with the moon conjunct, but also the Sun conjunct Venus opposed the moon, which is the full moon, opposed Saturn. So it'll be interesting to see the kind of news that comes out of the United States.
Yes, and the kind of news that comes out on Tuesday. On Tuesday, we have a T-square with the moon as the trigger at 8 degrees Scorpio. It'll be opposing Uranus and squaring Saturn. What's interesting about this is for the last long while, we have been dealing with Saturn square Uranus in fixed signs, all for months and months and months now. And now the moon is triggering it with Scorpio. And so what that is news. The moon is in Scorpio, so it's something that's hidden that is coming forward. And so we should be getting some sort of news out in the world of something that has not been apparent. And it enlightens, right? And so even though the week has been very good, this Tuesday aspect should be really interesting. Now, how does it affect us? Similarly, it could be an awareness that you have or a realization that you have that the moon triggers this awareness. The moon is emotional, so it could be in a conversation that you have or a dream that you have. It could come up in the form of something oozing up and out, like La Brea tar pits and dinosaur bones popping out of the black goo. You may have an awareness about yourself in a meditation where you go, ooh, I don't like that about myself, and you start to heal it. Because the times are very healing these days, don't be afraid of those subconscious thoughts and subconscious feelings and things that are below the surface. Let them come up. Let them come up for healing. Think of it that way. That happens on Tuesday, and then again it happens on Friday, a little bit differently. It's a different swing. It's another T-square with moon opposing Mars and Neptune. So we've got a little bit of a different organization with the moon being the trigger of another T-square between Mars and Neptune and the moon. And so that will be an even possibly deeper kind of awareness that comes forward. But my feeling as a meditation teacher is don't be afraid of the dark, right? We have to embrace the shadow of ourselves in order to find the light. That contrast of the dark to the light is what allows the light to come forward. So if you start to be brave, right, and sit with whatever is in that ooze that comes forward for your attention, right, then you can start to heal that by your awareness. So this is a week for that too, and it's a very good week for that because it's positive. It's like you can get this pretty quickly.
If you happen to have your birthday this week or happen to have it last week, when you do have your birthday, the sun comes back to the point where it was when you were born, and a chart is cast for that moment, and that's called a solar return, and it gives you a flavour of the year ahead. So having in your solar return Sun conjunct Venus is a wonderful aspect to have. And I was thinking about this week because my niece had her birthday yesterday, and I was thinking, oh, look at that. She's going to have a wonderful year ahead because she's got that Sun conjunct Venus and all the other trines that have been taking place. So have a look, if you're having a birthday in the last 2 weeks, exactly where all the planets were on the day of your birthday, and that will give you a feel for the year ahead.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Aries. So these are all happening to you. This conjunction, Sun conjunct Venus, is happening on your sun. That's what he's saying. And this is such a powerful time. The whole year is going to have that feel about it because it's your solar return chart. So Happy birthday.
This next week is going to be very positive for the world. There's going to be a different shift in energy. It's going to feel a lot more positive. It's going to be amplified in the UK for the reasons we talked about earlier. In the United States, you're going to feel things a little bit. There's going to be some important news coming out on Sunday, maybe challenging news on Tuesday and Friday. But all in all, it's a very positive week. The sun is dancing with Venus all week, and everyone's going to feel it.
So this whole week will be wonderful, with a little bit of flash in it too on top of it, ending with a lovely weekend coming up. And we really do wish you a wonderful week, a growing week, a spring week. We hope you check us out on Astro UKLA on YouTube, Facebook, and now on Instagram. See you next week.
From the UK, have a lovely week. You take care.